We've just got back from half term, and now it's just about refining everything that we've done and also blocking scene 8. So our objective for today is to recap previous learning on scenes 1 to 7, rehearse and block scene 8, and reflect on personal growth and development. So first we recapped on what are your key priorities for this week, and mine are to take risks, tell a story, show development of character, and blocking. So I want to take more risks, especially in scene 4, to start showing this relationship between Laura and Amy. I want to tell a story so you can see the clear development of my character and how she transitions and progress throughout the whole 18 months. And the blocking is because we've not done scene 18 yet, and I'm in scene 18. So I want to kind of tell a story and make sure that we block scene 18 so we know the transition and coming on and off, and make sure that we're making sense and that the whole story's been told and you understand what happens at the end. The next question was, what scene do you feel need more improvement? The one is scene 8, which is the doctor scene. I think this because the pace is off, the movement needs more working on, it gets a bit tiring for Beth, and I understand why. It's a lot of movement, but we need to make sure that those movements are getting done right and that also the lines are right. So the movement needs to latch to lines, and sometimes the lines aren't going at the right time, so we need to work on that more. Also, we need to work more on scene 10 and 17, only just because we've not really worked in those ones as much as the other scenes, so we just need to make sure that they're as good as the others. The next one is, have you met your SMART target? So at the beginning of the term we set our SMART targets. The only ones that I haven't achieved properly yet is performance. So we've not done performance yet, so I've not really achieved them. So I feel like once we've done the pronoun performance, that will be achieved. My voice performance, if it was for Dean and experience different dynamics in my voice, then I'd done that a bit more with Dean, but I feel like I'm doing that with Amy as well, by just showing the progress of my character, because she gets a bit more angrier throughout the play. My SMART target today is to start working on scene 18 and showing like the last development of my character. So show that there's a clear development from at the beginning of the play to the middle to the end, and how she progresses. Before we actually started rehearsal, we realised that we need to bring in a lot of props and resources to make this play work. So this is the list of props that we need and who are going to bring them in. So the props that we need is a mirror, which we already have, a clothing rack, which Claudia's going to speak to Dave about because there is one in college, a dress, which Claudia's already brought in for Andy, a Haribo ring, which Andy is going to bring in, a James Dean poster for like 3 different times for different performance nights, and then one we can rip up, which is sorted, a needle to show for the tea, which Katie is bringing in. We've got wellies, which Andy, Lewis and Claudia are bringing in. We need leather boots for my scene, which I can bring in. We need to bring in tents as well, like a pop-up tent, which Nathan and Frankie's going to sort out. We need a Tesco bag, which is already sorted. We need breadsticks, falafel and hummus, which I'm going to sort out. We need a toilet, which we've already got. We need a 12th night poster, which Frankie is going to bring in. We need a tube for Dean, which Beth's going to bring in. We need a doctor's coat, which me, Lewis and Ashley went to go and see about. We did go to Beaumont during the dinner break, and sadly they wouldn't give us any lab coats for that long amount of time, so we'll have to go and find another place and get them. We need chairs, which we've already got, measuring tape that Scott's going to bring in, Beth's going to bring in boys' underwear. We need a photo album and pictures, which Beth and Ashley are going to bring in. We need an envelope, which Lewis is going to bring in. Also, scissors, which Frankie's going to bring in. Poodle skirt and bows, which Frankie and Scott is going to sort out. Lewis is going to bring in eyeliner or eyeshadow. Beth's bringing in her bandage. Nathan's bringing in a cigarette packet and lighter. We then need clear cups for the festival, which Ashley's bringing in. We are going to need 3 suit jackets and ties, which Claudia, Nathan and Lewis are going to bring in. We need a book about Thailand, which Frankie and Scott might be able to find. We need a piggy bank, which I'm going to bring in. A microphone, which Frankie's going to sort out. We need a wedding dress, which has been a little bit hard to find, but I think I found one now. So I have to bring them in. Scott's going to bring in a leather jacket for James Dean. We need a dollar bill, which I'm going to bring in. A gift bag, which Claudia is going to bring in. A Happy Meal box, which Lewis is going to bring in. And then we need a clipboard, which Frankie's going to bring in as well. And then after that, we then started thinking about costumes. We need to show that we are kids from the present time period. So we need to think about the different costumes, because we do have a lot of scenes which most people are in, and we need to make sure that we're doing scenes from 18 months. So I'm thinking of bringing my look is going to be like a hippie bohemian look. This is because she's a vegan and she's quite high maintenance, and I can be one of those people who's at a festival who she's all with like a crochet look, and she's very hippie-ish, and she's quite down to earth. She doesn't really get angry as much, so I can see her being quite hippie-ish. After that, after dinner, we came back and then we started blocking scene 18. This scene didn't take that long to actually block. We just needed to work on where we were coming in, where we were going off. It was a bit awkward towards the end because Andy and Beth, they have a kiss scene, and we had to make sure that was okay. It was just mainly all transitionings because it starts off with Andy and Beth, and then I come in, and then Kyle and Laura come in, and then we have to exit off. So it's just Dean and Josh, and then Josh goes off, and then Josh comes back on. So it's just knowing where we have to like come on and go off. After that, we did the whole run through of the play. What we need to work on now is just make sure that we have to refine all the scenes, because the pace is off a lot. The story's there, but it's not fully making sense a lot. The relationships between some characters and some scenes, that's off. But overall, it's not that bad. It's something that we can work towards, so we do have it. We have a couple of weeks now that we can work on getting it perfect now. So we're on the right track. I think my strength from today's lesson would be I've showed the progress of my character throughout the different scenes, so you can see the difference to what my character is like in scene 4 to scene 13, and then you can see the difference between what she's like in scene 13 and scene 18. So I think I've reached my SMART target and my target for today. My weakness is I still need to work on my relationship with Frankie and get the piece right in scene 4, and this is something that we'll work on.